Okay, this is what we call a fractionating column, and this is what we use to separate the substances in air. The process is called fractional distillation, which we've learned in year 7, except that this is an industrial scale and we're working with negative values. The principle is still exactly the same. The mixture goes into the column and is separated based on the different boiling points. Our first step is before it goes into the column, it needs to be filtered, cooled and compressed gradually until it reaches -200 degrees Celsius. The first gas to condense before the temperature goes below 0 is water, which is then removed by absorbent filters. Then, when the mixture reaches -79 degrees Celsius, carbon dioxide gas solidifies or sublimates, so goes straight from a gas to a solid, leaving only the oxygen and the nitrogen remaining, with trace amounts of argon, of course, which means very small amounts of argon. Many diagrams leave out argon here to simplify the process, and there's only trace amounts anyway, so you're also not required to know it in that much detail. Our liquefied mixture has now undergone the first separation process, cooling and compressing, and note that this will not work if you heated it above 0, as all the substances would be gas. You have to cool it to get the state change from gas to liquid. Okay. Our second separation step is fractional distillation. Here the liquefied mixture of oxygen and nitrogen enter the fractionating column, which is hotter at the bottom and cooler at the top. Now, the nitrogen vaporizes first because it has the lower boiling point. So it has a lower boiling point, so it vaporizes first. Gases have a lower density than liquids, therefore they rise up and leave the tower through the upper pipe. So your nitrogen leaves through here because it's a gas and has a lower density. Your oxygen has a higher boiling point, therefore stays as a liquid and leaves the column through the lower pipe. It is key that you say boiling point here, not melting point, to show the examiner that you understand that the state changes involved are from liquid to gas. Got a few questions here for you to try out. What process do we use to separate the substances in air? Just answer it verbally. Which two gases enter the fractionating column? Which gas leaves to the top and why? And which gas leaves to the bottom pipe and why? So your answers: fractional distillation, that's the main process. There are some other processes at the start there, but fractional distillation is the main one. The three gases is nitrogen, oxygen, and there's trace amounts of argon, if you can remember. Which gas leaves to the top and why? Nitrogen, because it has a lower boiling point, therefore vaporizing first. And oxygen leaves to the bottom pipe because it has a higher boiling point and therefore stays as a liquid.